so basically we've only got 2 hours. We usually run 2.5-day courses for this, but so in 2 hours we're going to get it done. So first, brief intro to VisionOntv.
Yes, okay, VisionOntv has 18,000 radical activist alternative films archived and distributed through our 5 main channels, and find on our website VisionOntv. We have we do a citizen. Well, I haven't got time to trot through all the things that we do, but for the purposes of today, we do a video training which is unlike any other video training. Basically, it's for total beginners and for those who are experienced, but need to get things out quickly. And you can call that any number of things. You can call it citizen journalism. You can call it street reporting. You could call it rapid turnaround newsmaking. The point is, you can do it in your spare time. And anybody who's ever tried to make a documentary will know that you can't. It completely takes over your life, and you better not have a family or any sort of life. Yeah. So this is for rapid turnaround, short form newsmaking by everybody. It's something that absolutely everybody can do. You don't need to do a degree course in documentary making followed by 5 years of apprenticeship as an intern for a production company.
And also, if you want to learn how to make films, this is the perfect way to do it, because actually doing is much more important than theory, practice or equipment. So just get whatever equipment you've got, go out and tell stories, and you're learning the language of film, which is the basis of your longer projects later on in life.
Yeah. So the rule of this is, I mean, basically, as you know, I've written to all of you who signed the application form, and you filled out, thank you for that. I've written to you already to say what we expect is 3 pieces of 3 films really quickly, soon after this. Because if you don't do that, you haven't learned anything, you might as well have not come. Right. The only thing which makes our course successful is if people make something afterwards.
Yes.
Making something during it has no value whatsoever because we're here, right? So that's just the first step.
And we ran one of these workshops up in Liverpool, and I think they've made over 100 films since then. So it's kind of we want you to produce content and get it out there and distribute it because you can. And the reason you can do it is because you're using what's already in your pocket. You're not using expensive equipment you don't have. You're just using these things. Okay.
I made 4 films yesterday on this, and got them up that morning.
Okay, so briefly we're going to go through these. What we're doing is we're doing these. If you can't get knowledge on an A4 sheet of paper with cartoons, it's not knowledge. Is our philosophy? Yes,
Anybody hasn't got the handouts, that you need them.
We're going to briefly take you through 3 of our templates, and we're going to actually get you to do one of the templates. Okay, so template. So let's just briefly. Richard's going to show the films.
I'm going to show the template.
Okay. First one is the pink one, which is the one you're going to do today. This is using a mobile phone, and Richard's going to show you an example of one. This is editing it in camera.
Can you just run it through it quickly?
Okay, cool. Yeah. So basically, what you're going to do today is it's 3 shots and 3 sentences. So the key thing about this is thinking about your shots before you shoot. You need your establishing shot, you need what's going on, and you need a detail. And thinking about 3 sentences, you don't think about journalism. It says it on the template. I can never remember because I'm like that. It says where, what, why, and end with sign off.
Downloadable and distributable to your friend.
Yep. So where are you? What's happening? And why is it happening? And also, if you can put a link in there saying find out more, bum bum bum. You can also put that link in the description of the video. And then from your mobile phone, it'll be a 30-second video. You can just upload it straight away, and it goes out. And actually, if you've signed up for VisionOntv, it's then aggregated into VisionOntv, and it goes out to other people's websites automatically without you doing anything. For example, all Global Views films that we produce, films about global news, they automatically go out to New Internationalist magazine website. Every page has an embed on it with our videos on it. So basically, if you published a film about Venezuela or something, a few hours later it would pop up on the New Internationalist website. All you have to do is publish it on your site. Okay, so that's kind of how the VisionOntv project
works. In Edinburgh 2000.
Start that again. Sound, please.
Yes. Full screen. Double click on it.
Okay, this is made by a first-time filmmaker. This is her first film. Edinburgh Climate Camp 2010?
Here at Climate Camp in Edinburgh 2010, activists are preparing to take on Royal Bank of Scotland in a carnival of dissent. The police are ready and waiting, no doubt, not quite sure what this tower is going to be. And here's one activist who certainly understands the art of confusion.
3 shots, 3 sentences. Where it is, you know, the target, RBS, and kind of a joke at the end. She didn't sign off, did she?
No, she didn't. She missed the sign-off.
It was her first film, so we excuse her missing a sign-off.
Sign-off.
Yeah, okay, sign-offs are important because, you know, you're going to produce a lot of content and people need to get to know you. It can be your real name or it could be an organisation. You know, real name is good. But yeah, if you want anonymous, that's fine.
This is Richard Hearing for VisionOntv. Yes. Your name and where you're from, or who you attach to, who you want to attach yourself to that day. And real names are good. You know, I'm sorry to sound like Google or something of Google Plus and all that controversy about real name policy and stuff. But it's about, as Hamish says, it's about building trust. And certainly in activist circles, that's controversial. And we very much, I put my name is all over the web, my real name. For a while I used a pseudonym, and I found that was really unhelpful because no one else could find me. Because if the police want to find me, they can find me anyway. They've got a full file. In fact, I know they have because the evidence was discovered and published on the front page of the Guardian. So I know they've got a full file on me. But they already know, right? By anonymising yourself, you hide yourself from your friends and potential colleagues.
You're not hiding from your enemies, you're just hiding from your friends, which is not very constructive if we're trying to build this open, trusting world. So if you can sign off, you know, your organisation, your name, it empowers everybody. Obviously, some people don't want to do that, and that's fine, but try and do it if you can.
Here's another template 1.
Okay.
Here at Climate Camp in Edinburgh 2010, activists are preparing to take...
That one? One I did in Japan.
This is the so-called graveyard of boats. Some 30 fishing boats washed up here, far inland by the tsunami wave. The wave came over this horizon, and as you can see, a problem here was that the land is so flat that these boats came no less than 5 kilometres inland. This one turned completely upside down. And now we have this extraordinary sight of these boats in their own grassy ocean. This is Richard Hearing for VisionOntv Global Views.
Cool, great sign off. And he did a whole series of reports, so you get to know that there's this character who's travelling around Japan, he's reporting on these stories, and next time you see a video, you kind of, there's trust there, you know where it's coming from. And I think that's important. So, template 2, we're just briefly going to run through all these. Template 2 is, this is an Anamoto, this is the photo, this is the yellow one. This is, it's not the yellow one.
It's not always yellow,
it's green
today, I think.
The green one? Yes, the green one. So this is how to make a video in about an hour. A sort of 30-second video which tells a story powerfully, and you don't even need a camera because you can just download still images off the internet. Creative Commons. If you go to indie media sites, they're full of great still images, great stories. Download them, and you can feed them into this piece of commercial software, which if you talk to us, we'll give you a login code so you can get a premium version of it. And what it does, it automatically edits it together to tell a story in a really sort of powerful way. So you can have something which looks professional without even a camera. If you can shoot the stills yourself if you want to, if you have a camera, or you can just get them off the web. So basically, it's just sitting at home, you could be producing news reports from all around the world, because someone's going to put photographs up about what things that happen.
That's a little bit dodgy, isn't it?
It's Creative Commons, as long as you actually credit them that these photos are from this person, as long as they're Creative Commons, you're free to use them. Anything on Indie Media is Creative Commons unless it says otherwise.
No, I mean in terms of the software that kind of does the editing together for you. It sounds to me like when you're writing like a story or something like that and you get these playing cards and you just learn them out and then you take everything and you go, okay, that's my story. That kind of, doesn't it subvert the actual thinking about making the film?
No, you edit them, you put them in the order
Yes.
you want, you did text, you have complete editorial control. All they do is some whiz-bang graphics.
they transition it, and they actually do something really clever, which is kind of invisible. But what they do is they do the editing and the transitions to the tone of voice and the beat of the music, so it looks super glossy. It looks like some experts edited it rather than someone who's never made a film before in their lives. So it's a
much
really
faster than trying to do that.
I'll show you one.
Let's show you one. Yeah.
This is one. This one's so successful. It's the right story at the right time. It's just before the Blackheath climate camp. I don't want you to make you think we live in climate camp. It doesn't exist anymore, luckily, anyway, so we don't have to do that solar-powered studio in a field anymore. So I just thought I'd plug that. Anyway, we then ran a TV studio for 3 years with windmill and solar power. This is one we sold to Dispatches for enough money to replace the camera we had stolen. And it was also put on the Guardian's website and therefore got a lot of hits very, very quickly.
Dear Chief Superintendent Thomas, you wrote to the Camp for Climate Action requesting further information on the location of our next camp, which will take place somewhere in the London area. You say that you require this information in order to help with community liaison, to ensure that the camp is a safe and healthy event, and to help you put a pre-planned and proportionate policing operation in place. Anyone who's spent time at past camps will tell you how friendly and safe the atmosphere is. As for community liaison, we've already been in touch with local councils across London, and our friendly outreach volunteers will be chatting to the locals from the moment we arrive on site. And we plan to be excellent neighbours for as long as we're there. On health and safety, thanks for your concern, but again, we've got it under control. As previously, there'll be great food, water, compost toilets, a team of medics, a well-being space, excellent on-site communication, emergency vehicle access, and a family space. There is, though, one unfortunate exception to this. While most visitors to previous camps for climate action have had an inspiring and positive experience, unfortunately some of us have had to suffer violence, intimidation, theft, sleep deprivation and harassment, thanks to past examples of pre-planned and proportionate policing operations. Local communities have been disrupted by police road closures and indiscriminate stops and searches. Members of the public have been attacked with batons or arrested on trumped-up charges. Judging from past experience, the best thing the police could do to ensure the health and safety of the public at Climate Camp 2009 would be to stay as far away from it as possible. Every aspect of the camp has been organised in an open and democratic way via monthly public meetings. The only secret is the location. There's a simple reason for this. I'm afraid we just don't trust the police. Why? Because it seems as though every time we have a protest, the police turn up and start hitting people. Look what happened at the G20. That's not really a very good way to win people over. The precise location of the Camp for Climate Action 2009 will be announced via mass text as part of the exciting August the 26th swoop. I'm afraid you'll just have to sign up on our website and wait for the updates just like everybody else. Yours sincerely, the Camp for Climate Action Media Team.
So that was using... Richard didn't take any of those photographs, and he didn't actually write the text. The text was a press release, and the photographs came off the Climate Camp website. So you can make a film without a script.
It took me 6 hours, including tracking down the photographers and asking their permission.
Yeah. So an example of the sort of fast turnaround, powerful media you can do using. So that's this template here. If you want to make some of these, we're not going to teach these today because there isn't time. But feel free to contact us if you want a promo code to get the premium access to that software.
Yes, the third one is a video template, which we haven't got time to do. We're running a little bit. I think everything runs a little bit behind in this festival, which is fine. We're kind of in the rhythm, we're in the groove now. So if we go on a bit 15 minutes longer than in the programme, that's probably okay, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, because we started 15 late.
Video template. Let's have a look. We'll put out this one as an example, have we? Okay, so basically this is just it's kind of the language of film, basically, and it's a video camera, proper video camera with a proper microphone and proper skills.
5 shots.
Five shots only.
Shoot them in order: establisher, doing shot, interview, cutaways for the interview you just did. One arty shot you're allowed, which you probably won't use. Bang. Drop it in the timeline, cut it in order, cut it into shape, Take you a few hours when you do it the first time, but treat yourself to a newsroom. This has to go out today. 6 o'clock news. No, this has to go out today, and you can do that.
Yep.
And then you haven't got all those tapes sitting on your shelf. I've got a lot of them at home.
Me too.
You know, and I think there's a great film in there.
So you
Never seen the light of day.
You can turn around a properly edited film in 3 to 4 hours. But, you know, it'll take you 3 months to get to that skill level.
Yeah.
So if you want to do this one, it's the level of commitment. But, you know, if you want to do it, go for it. But, you know, make a few of them and just keep doing it. And after about 3 months, you'll be able to turn around professional, glossy, 2-3 minute edited video report, and get it out the same day. Right, that's a brief intro to our template. So there's another template which we're not going to talk about later. If we've got a new one which we haven't cartoonised yet.
Oh, but yeah, should we do that one?
Nah, let's talk about that one at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so what's next?
Talk through.
Talk through.
Over to Patrick.
Patrick, come on.
He's going to demonstrate with my iPhone. No, his phone.
I'm not going to choose anything, but I'll just have it in my hand. So the pink one, basically. What would you use a 1 minute, one shot pink template one for? We're actually going to do 30 seconds today, I think, aren't we?
30 seconds.
Yeah.
So we're talking about basically 3 shots here on the phone. And how is it something that you don't already do on your phones? I'm sure you've all used your videos and you film things that you like, your mates and wherever, the pub or whatever. The difference between that and this is you need to think of yourself as someone who doesn't know you and you as the audience of it. So you've got to keep your camera still. You don't want to be wobbling around. Your mates forgive that, but someone who doesn't know you probably doesn't. So you're concentrating on holding this thing and going through the 3 shots that we're talking about. One is the wide one, so this establishing shot. The next one is...
Sorry, which page are you
This is the pink one.
The pink. Yeah.
Its title is the 1 minute, 1 shot news report. So going from where you are already, you know how to use the video function on your phone. You're looking for a wide shot, so I'm going through the mechanics of the shot before the text. Wide shot, one closer to, which is giving you a bit more of an intimate view, possibly faces, and then come in on a detail, which is something like a website or the Bristol Radical Film Festival pamphlet to say, do a publicity video for this, for example. So where you're going to use a template like this is either a very specific bit of news. If you're in a demo or something like that, you could say, we're here in Bristol, it's kicking off here, and you can see more films like this at this point, or announce the website of where you're doing these little news reports. Or you could do a publicity shot for something like this festival. So you say, this is where it is, give a picture of the cube, and then a picture of the website. So that's the idea of the 3 different shots, the wide, the middle, and then the close. Accompanying those, not doing the same thing, is the sentence of text for each shot. So you've got the wide one, we're here in Bristol, we're part of Bristol where they're well used to their politics. Picture of the Kino Cafe, for example. This is a workers' collective, an example of people doing things slightly differently. And here we have the Bristol Radical Film Festival, you've got the leaflet there, you've got the website. And that's your 3 sentences. So establishing, we're in Bristol, this is what's going on. It's a bit political, and it's actually really political, and you can come and see quite how political here at the film festival. Very simple. 1 sentence for each. And once you've got in your head your shots, you've got in your head your text, you then practice it. Because it's not as easy as you think. So you practice it, keep your elbows in, have a go through that shot. Okay, and talk your text, which you've written out by this stage. So we're in Bristol, and this particular part of Bristol. This is an example of what we're talking about and why. If you want to find out more, come and have a look here. So you're sort of keeping yourself in. You're not doing this. You're keeping it close to your mouth because you're actually the voiceover as well. And obviously, if you're outside, there's going to be loads of extraneous noise and everything. So you're steady. You're into the middle shot. And then you're into there. And it's like a sort of, you want to keep it smooth and pan quickly between the wide, the middle, and there, because you're not going to edit this thing. It's going to be 1 shot, so you don't want to slow track from there to here, sort of, whoa, and then whoa, down here. Like there, do it as if you mean it.
So no wonder, it's like 3 shots, isn't it? Actually, it's like it's effectively like 3 shots, but without switching the camera off at any point. So it's like wide shot, mid shot, close up. So, which is the basic language of film, as Hamish was saying. It's the basic language. There you have the 3 shots which are in film. You know, you've gone back to the beginnings of film, D.W. Griffith and Eisenstein and stuff, and you've got the 3 basic shots, which are the basic language of film. That's what this template uses, but it uses without you having to edit anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason that you use voiceover is because the microphone in most phones or even stills cameras, video cameras is shit. So you can't interview someone without an external microphone. So there's no point in trying to interview someone with your mobile phone because the sound will be too bad to use. So this is why you hold it close to your mouth and you narrate it, because the sound is actually going to be pretty damn good because it's close and you're speaking clearly. It's not someone standing over there. So don't interview people with the phone without a plug-in microphone. It's not worth it. The shot, if we have time, we'll show you how to plug a microphone into your phone, which is another template. But if we have time at the end, we'll show you that. But this is simply narration. The idea of this is simply just to get people excited. Right, okay, there's something really interesting going on. I'm going to click on the link, boom, and find it. So the information isn't in this film. Don't, whatever you do, put too much information in this. It's just to make people take notice. It's kind of something interesting. Click on a link, and the information's in the web page you go to. It's in the the organisation. If it's say it's the Kino, it's on the Kino Cafe's website, so you're linking to that. So don't put all the background information to this film. It's just a taster. Okay.
It's easier to avoid public spaces in general. I did an interview in a cafe. It was an hour long the other day with an old Sony kind of camera, only to come home, watch the thing, and discover it was unusable because some woman behind me kept using the espresso machine. It was a nightmare, and I had to go back and do the whole thing again, which meant going back down to London, and it cost me money.
Yeah, sound is really difficult.
Avoid public spaces, I think, especially caps. If someone says, let's go to the pub and do an interview, just say no. I really wanted to speak to the guy, so I just went where he suggested, and I allowed him to dictate what the film was doing. So I just. Did
you have an external microphone, or?
The microphone was on the camera.
No, you see, you can never use the microphone on the camera for any interview. Just never do it. It's just you can use that only for just background sound. You can't. So if you're ever interviewing, you must use an external microphone.
But that's a whole other template.
That's a whole other template. Yes.
Okay. So zero budget.
So let's talk. Let's go to talking into the mobile phone, right? Because I mean, on the other hand, it's nice to have some atmosphere, to have the space, all the people in it. I do a lot of these on demos and stuff, and you don't want to make a documentary about a demo because they're boring, right? Well, but they're fine for a quick turnaround. He said controversially. They're boring to watch. They might be quite fun to be in. With your mates, you have a beer. But to watch George Galloway for half an hour is not interesting on video. Some would say it's not very interesting if you're actually there.
I always say that.
So you're doing a rapid turnaround thing. Here I am, Trafalgar Square. Anti-war demo with Noam Chomsky.
Find out more.
Yeah,
on this banner. If someone's got the logo on the banner, someone's got the web address on the banner. That's your last shot.
Yeah.
Use what's in the scene to tell the story.
So basically, it's the where, the first one. The second one will be more what, maybe a bit of background, a bit more information on what it is. And then the third one will be what you can do, or the why. So if there's nothing you can do because it's tsunami in Japan, right? Then but on the whole, we're trying to empower people to actually do something, right? So it's normally the what you can do. If not, it's the why and what might follow as another report as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now we want you to write. You to pick some stories within 1 minute walking distance of this building, and we're going to split you up into groups of 2. So hopefully somebody will have a phone between the 2 of you. Maybe we can hold up hands in a bit. Split you up into groups, and then we're going to want you to write a draft of your 3 sentences on a bit of paper, and then you're going to read them back, and we're going to go. Well, we're going to say rude things generally.
Caveat time. Okay, you're not going to make something about the thing you most care about today. Yes, do that, but not today. Today you're going to do something which is preferably in this building, not in this room because it's so incredibly dark. But something in a fairly well lit area of this building, or very very close. So it's not going to be a film about Stokes Croft riots.
Can't be a film about Bristol Radical Film Festival.
Yes,
It could be.
it can be.
That would be perfect, for instance.
So
What other subjects have we got? Bristol, the Cube Cinema,
Cube Cinema.
long-going volunteer-run cinema, fantastic project, right? I didn't know about it because I'm not from Bristol. Yeah. So if this is going out nationally on our grassroots channel, then tell people about the Cube Cinema. So when they do come to Bristol, they come down here.
Also, just a key point: you're talking to a global audience. Once that's gone on the internet, half the people watch it will be in America. So always put basic information in there. You know, Bristol, UK, you know, because people don't know where Bristol is. They don't know it's in England. So reporting from Bristol, UK, you know, put that, make it very simple. Tell the story in a very simple way. We'll come when you actually do your scripts. Okay, 3 sentences.
Subject and 3 sentences.
Yep, pick a subject. Paper, pens.
Yeah, that's a standard shot.
Okay, over here.
Yep.
Ours is a bit of a biopic. It's a bit of a biopic. It's called Steve Presence, the man, the myth, the legend. Bristolian radical, organiser, Bristol Radical Film Festival.
I like it.
Anthony Killick, VisionOntv.
Okay.
That's only 2 sentences though I got there.
3 sentences.
Okay.
So it starts off, the first shot is just Steve Presence, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
The second shot is Steve Presence moving around, and then you say Bristolian radical. Then the third shot, Bristol Radical Film Festival, when you cut to the audience.
Ah, okay.
So it's got this, like, you know, kind of snappy bit about singular man, moving man, collective of people.
Why do we like that?
Dialectics, I
Why do we like that? See, you did film studies. Why do we like that? Also, it's got the headlines. It's got tabloid headlines, and we love that because that's the nature of this template. And it's not like the Guardian doesn't do that as well, right? And the Economist or whatever. So yeah.
Okay.
Who's next?
Up the back of you guys.
Oh, it's not finished, it's not.
As you wish.
Okay. Who's next? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to hear the shots, or do you just want to hear the sentences?
The sentences.
Just the sentences. That's okay. Yeah. Right, we're in Bristol, England, and we're at the Cube Cinema, one of the few independent cinemas in the city. The building will soon be up for sale, so the volunteers will have 12 months to raise thousands of pounds. To help them fundraise, go to www.cubecinema.com.
Great.
I think it's good. I like it. Could you add a joke to it?
Yeah, exactly. I think a little bit more. A little bit. It's a bit worthy at the moment.
Okay.
And worthy, and people don't respond to worthiness. They respond to a gag, or to a colourful metaphor. You know, put a bit of writing into it now.
Yeah.
In general, actually, with yours, there's a lot of potential for that.
Yes.
So I would build on that metaphor. You know, the shoring up the foundations, whatever it is. You know. In your final line, that sort of thing. You know, so now let's add a bit of journalism.
Okay, on the end.
Okay, we're here at the Radical Film Festival in Bristol, UK. People are taking part in the VisionOntv workshop, where we are learning to make films on just a phone. This is Nirona. You can find out more at VisionOn.tv.
Okay, there's a lot of joining words in there.
Yeah.
Just give us the first sentence again.
I'm here at the Radical Film Festival in Bristol, UK.
Bristol Radical Film Festival. Maybe the UK in there somewhere. England. No. I'm here in is generally unnecessary, although we do find ourselves saying it quite a lot. Take out the joining words, as Hamish says, and also make it a bit more exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's embarrassing for me to say this because it's VisionOnTV's workshop, but you know, let's give it a hard sell.
Yeah.
Let's use a superlative, or let's use a something. Let's use a or add some mystery.
Bristol, the city of riots. Come and learn how to document them. VisionOnTV workshop.
I did one in the radio station in the nuclear zone in Japan, and you know, we opened the door. You know, what's going on in here, you know, so this kind of thing. Add something which might make people want to watch it.
Okay, but so more sex, violence, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a writer say, a guy that writes scripts, you write down a sentence and then you take out everything that isn't absolutely necessary.
Yes.
And that's what you have.
Yeah. Take all the words that join your sentence and just say the words that matter. And for film, that actually works really well. Okay, who hasn't done it yet? Who hasn't read out? These guys?
But at the same time, Do you want to go
You have
again?
to improvise then.
Ours has no section of the world. I'm sort of not quite agreed on it yet. So,
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
we're here in Bristol, UK, a city where people like to get involved in their community. A good example is a volunteer-run cinema, The Cube. You can get involved by coming to the Bristol Radical Film Festival today. And then cut to the
Okay. Okay. Well, what is that in terms that might communicate to a mass audience? Yeah. This is so a volunteer-run community is what we call a weasel word. You know, it's one of those words that you must never put in a funding application because everyone says, yeah, of course you're working for the community. And and it's used by abusive politicians. You know, it's a favourite New Labour word, wasn't it? And community. So community building and stuff. So what does that really mean for people, right? Working for free. Yeah, I know. What is it? It's kind of it's got this. You've got the voluntary aspect. You've got Bristol is full of
DIY culture.
It's full of
you need it to work there.
Do it yourself, Bristol. Yeah, this kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you know, always go.
The Cube Cinema, Bristol's own the Cube, Bristol's own do-it-yourself cinema.
Yeah, that's better.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So redraft.
Redraft.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Have we done, you guys?
No.
Okay, come on.
Oh, you can go. Cube Cinema, Bristol, UK, the only volunteer-run cinema in the whole world, and with an old-fashioned ticketing system. Signing off, Danny and Liz. Maybe it's a bit negative.
I quite like it.
No,
I like it. It's got an angle.
I thought maybe swapping them around. Negative, old, but volunteer.
Yeah, so start with the old-fashioned ticketing system. What kind of place can this be? And then reveal to us what it is. Yeah?
Yes.
So the where would you still get it? In fact, it's in Bristol. It's like this. What's going on in Bristol with this kind of, you know? And then so you could start with the close-up if that's the close-up. Yeah, you could start with that and then you know. Okay. So redraft that one.
Right. Okay. We changed it a million times. I'm not quite sure how it's going to be. Here we are at the Cube Cinema in the southwest of England, Bristol, UK. At the Cube Cinema, at the cafe of the Cube Cinema, they sell, as well as many radical things, radical fair trade coffee. It is Latin American, it is not expensive, and it tastes great. Come and have a shot. It's Latin American, it's affordable, and it's great.
Okay, twice as many words as you need, but there's a lot of good stuff in there, isn't there? I mean, I can see how you could tighten that up as, you know, radical film and radical fair trade coffee. You know, something that would make a mix and match the sort of films and the cafe and the stuff like this. Yeah. And there's too many joining words, which Patrick is going to help you take out.
Yes, Patrick. But I love the coffee, radical coffee and radical film.
Yeah.
So
another redraft for 5 minutes, and then we're ready to go out. And
so we're just going to okay. If you've got all redraft it, get your text final. We'll just then run through the shots final time, and then out you go.
Cool.
Ready? I'm just going to take you through how to do the camera moves just one more time, and then you guys are going to run out there and go and shoot some films. So, say we were making a film about this workshop here, I've got to work out my 3 shots. The first shot would, well, let me just work them out. The first shot would be, actually, I would get someone else to film it and me pontificating on stage. Can someone come up here and pretend to pontificate? I need a volunteer to pontificate.
When you're pontificating,
That means, you know, wave your arms around, pretend you're speaking. Okay, come on. Okay, so I'm gonna be so you are actually giving a, you know, just rhubarb. Yeah. Okay, so I would, the opening shot I would probably do of the audience. The lighting here is terrible, so it might not work, but just imagine the audience were lit up. And then the doing shot would be the person doing the presentation. So here we are. It's a workshop. VisionOntv are doing a presentation, and then the close-up shot, I would maybe set something up down here, and I would have a mobile phone and a thing. So I'd do one, blah, 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 blah. Hamish Campbell reporting VisionOntv. So that would be the 3 shots. So again, 1, 2, 3. And you notice I'm actually only moving 1 step. So all your 3 shots should be done where they're only moving one step. You don't want to walk anywhere.
The
these
third
phones,
one is hard to stay close to the phone though.
For the speaking, yeah, actually, that's true. Actually, yeah, actually, so get down there. Get down there and stay close to the phone. Okay. So you can't pan these cameras in these phones. You can't actually pan. It just all goes to jelly and becomes unwatchable. So remember that, you know, move fast and determined, and run through it. Practice it first. Like that's, you know, practice, practice. So, you know, just practice your shots before you shoot it, and then shoot it one time. Did you fluff your lines? Just shoot it again, and when you're happy, distribute it.
Mobile phones have no image stabilizers, unlike video cameras, so it's really a question of being absolutely as steady as you can be. Breathing in helps, but that's hard if you're doing a voiceover as well.
Hold it with one hand, hold it close to your body, don't hold it far away. Because, you know, this is what makes your film look fantastic, the fact that it's not like this.
Because everybody else's film on YouTube
is like
of
this.
any demo or whatever is like this, and you can't watch them.
Yeah.
So this, you know, it's simple, but it's almost never done. This is the great mystery which we're trying to unlock.
Leaning against things is good as well.
Yeah.
If there's a lamppost or a wall.
Yeah, a professional film is a film where the camera doesn't move. Yeah, on the table. With this, because we're editing in camera, actually, you have to move this one. But, you know, hold it close to the body. You know, practice your shots so they're smooth.
You've got exactly 20 minutes.
Yep. Go out and make your films.
So that means the time is now 10 past 11, half past 11 back here.
Okay, take turns. Each of you shoot your stories and shoot it twice.
Both of you shoot. That's
Yeah.
very important. And get it. Where are the films?
Pardon?
Is there a USB? Any
That's a paper.
Couple we've got already.
Yep. So.
Turning.
We are here on Stokes Croft, the Bristol street known for its riots and madam politics, at the site of a local squat and item exchange known as the Free Shop. Despite recent attempts to close, it has remained defiantly open. This is Min van der Waal for VisionOntv.
I thought that was shut down, the Free Shop.
Yeah, that's good.
Why is it open? Were you not listening to the guys? Since when did that get open? I don't know, I noticed it was open last week.
It never properly shut down. It was being run, but basically you could only get in if you were already in the squat, if you lived there, or if you knew people. But I hadn't seen that cover.
Okay, one more.
Okay,
it did shut. Cube Microplex UK. The only cinema in Bristol with an old-fashioned ticketing system. The only cinema in the world run entirely by volunteers. Signing off, Danny and Liz reporting for VisionOntv.
I would have held the first shot a little bit longer because you don't get quite time to read the thing. Always think to give people time to read things. A rule of thumb is to read it to yourself twice, and then that's the right. So read the text you want people to read. Just read it to yourself twice, and then that's the normal time for someone to first see that text. So when you're doing your practice run, you just hold the shot, read it yourself twice. That's how long you have to hold it for.
So you've got a little 2 or 3 word headline like that. Pause before saying it, or pause after it, but just make sure it's long enough. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But otherwise, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Have we got another one, or there's more here?
They're on the USB. Yeah.
On the USB. Okay. Up on the web, and it comes with a description of what's going on, and it comes with a link. So for the Free Shop, it's linking into the Free Shop. For this Cube, it's linking into the Cube. Find out more.
Is Elizabeth one?
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
The Cube Cinema in Bristol, Bristol's only independent, volunteer-run cinema, is under threat.
I have to copy these. Hang on.
Cube Cinema in Bristol, Bristol's only independent, volunteer-run cinema, is under threat. The building is up for sale, so we're sending out an SOC, Save Our Cinema. For fundraising details on how to help and all of our events through 2012, go to cubecinema.com. This is Elizabeth Misen reporting for VisionOntv.
We've got some sort of corruption there. I don't know when things. I don't know.
It's Liz, isn't it?
It's your phone. Okay. Oh, that's your super swanky one.
Yeah.
Is it HD then?
It's, yes.
Maybe, maybe this computer's not playing back HD or something.
You need to reduce the resolution. Just in general, most phones now are HD, new phones, and they won't play back reliably. They're too big files to upload. Generally, if you reduce the settings within the phone down to medium resolution, you'll have much better success. So whack that resolution, that slider down in your phone.
How much difference does that make then when you try and project it? Is that what the problem could be if you reduce the resolution? I'm just curious.
It'll look fine when you project it. It'll look a little bit soft, but it'll look fine. But it'll just make your life so much easier in so many other ways that I highly recommend doing it. My phone shoots HD, but I reduce it down to standard definition. Everyone's used to it. You reduce it down to DVD resolution. Everyone's used to it.
On the other hand, Hamish can correct me if I'm wrong, but if you've got an old-fashioned SD phone, standard definition phone, the default setting might be a very, very low res. You might have to put that up.
Yeah, in these workshops, in the 2-day workshop, we look at your phone, we go through and we adjust the settings. For older phones, we whack the resolution up, and for newer phones, we whack the resolution down.
Happy medium.
It's a happy medium, but we don't have time to do that. But hopefully, we're going to get somebody, we're going to try and get you guys into a group to continue doing this, and somebody within that group can advise you and help you all out with that. Right, next.
VisionOntv is doing today a workshop at Roehampton University as an introduction to Human Rights Film Festival. Their mission is to teach.
Who's got burned what?
Very good though.
Give it back.
That wants to play on a player we really don't like.
What format's that? That is 3GP.
You should just be able to drag it onto the LCD.
At the Cube in independent Bristol, taking part in the VisionOntv workshop, learning how to make the first of many radical films. If you're interested in getting involved, email info@visionon.tv. This is Jenny Pearce for VisionOntv.
It was a bit run on, wasn't it? I didn't get the 3 sentences. You want first sentence, think about it. Second sentence, take notice. Third sentence, yeah? If it just runs on like that, it all comes at you and you think, oh yeah, what was that? So it's gaps.
Yes.
3 shots.
3 separate shots, 3 separate sentences, but otherwise, just reshoot it. Whose was that one? Hands up.
Jenny, I would guess.
Okay, cool. Yes. So I would go and reshoot it soon after this workshop and just think about those 3 sentences, and I think you have a good film. Okay. Right.
Silent.
It was nice to see.
Well, it just won an Oscar, didn't it?
Yeah.
We have a live orchestra next to it.
Anyone know whose is this one? Okay, anyone know why it's silent?
I love it. I can't believe you destroyed one of the programs. You fucker.
It was my program.
Okay, this is a codec
audio,
problem.
yeah.
What phone was this shot on?
HTC. Do you want
Let's just have a look.
Video format Sammer. I never heard of that one before.
Yeah, that's a non-standard codec.
Nightmare with mobiles.
Yeah, all mobiles. Okay, the solution to this is to upload this finished video to YouTube, and YouTube is very good at re-encoding it so everything works. So don't try and do it yourself, it's super complex. Just upload it to YouTube, you'll have a usable video file.
We regret to say Google is your friend.
Yes, that's fine, just upload it to YouTube.
And then how can you sync that to VisionOntv then?
Once it's up on YouTube, it'll automatically syndicate through to VisionOntv from your YouTube account, as long as you give us the YouTube account link.
Right, okay.
So just upload it. And so if you have technical problems with your phone, simply upload the video to YouTube and let YouTube sort it out. They're very clever. They've got billions of pounds, we haven't. Okay.
Next.
We're at Roehampton University for the Human Rights Film Festival.
Very professional, though. Right.
3GP. If you've got this 3GP extension, which can be problematic sometimes, it's actually the same format as MOV and MP4, so simply change the dot, change it to MP4, and then it'll play much better. Rule of thumb. Okay, so you get something done before?
No.
Okay.
And I think it's muted for...
This might be a Roehampton surprise.
Yeah,
you've got no sound.
Okay, so...
Why have we lost sound?
Okay, this is a codec issue.
3GP?
Try playing in Windows Media Player or something, it might work.
Yeah, just you never know.
So with these ones, you've got to upload these videos to YouTube. YouTube will re-encode them and the sound will work. Try just Windows Media Player, that might play it. Top of the top bridge.
Top.
Yeah.
Second down.
Just give it a go.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
The present, the man, the myth, the legend. Bristolian Radical. Organiser, Bristol Radical Film Festival. Steve Presence, the man, the myth, the legend. Bristolian Radical. Organiser, Bristol Radical Film Festival.
So sorry if all of your films aren't up yet. There are codec issues. There's the cables and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, have you got any final advice on that? Just tie that all together, Hamish.
Yes. So it's hard work getting things off mobile phones, but there's lots of ways of doing it. You've just got to get together and work out the best way of getting your videos off your phone, and it's doable. It's completely doable, but it takes a bit of support. That last film, I would have added something. I would have added something at the Cube Cinema, because your last shot's the Cube Cinema, so Radical Film Festival at the Cube Cinema, just to make the last shot more.
I thought the visuals already explained it.
It kind of does, yeah.
I do want to be excessive.
All right. Otherwise, I thought fantastic to shoot and distribute these films in that amount of time. Great work.
What you now need to do is make 3 more this weekend.